Dishonored is the first game to come out of Arcane Studios, and it generated a lot of hype at E3. You play as Corvo, a bodyguard who becomes an assassin after he's framed for murder. He's on a mission to save the Empress, get revenge on those who betrayed him, and kill a lot of hookers along the way. Well, that last thing was more me than the character, but the question remains. Will Dishonored devour the competition like a horde of angry plague rats? Or will this game let you down harder than the ending to Mass Effect 3? Let's find out. Dishonored takes place in Dunwall, which is an interesting steampunky world filled with bizarre contraptions and lots of plague-bearing rats. Incidentally, you can summon these rats and create some neat choreographed dance sequences of people getting eaten alive.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam.
The game isn't quite open world. You'll be taken to an area for a specific mission, and while you can go back and replay a mission, you can't just travel to any area you want and roam around. You play as Corvo, and your goal is to rescue the true heir to Dunwall and do away with those who framed you. And I use the term do away with because whether or not you kill those people is up to you. Your targets will also have non-lethal ways of taking them out. In theory, it seems like this would be for people with a conscience, but the alternative to killing always ends up being some horrible thing that would actually make your target prefer death. All kidding aside, the fact that you actually have options is what makes this game so fantastic. And it's not just whether or not you kill people. You decide what path to take when you're approaching a target, when to fight, when to be stealthy, when to rewire a device or just power it down. You have a tremendous amount of choices available, which really sets this game apart from the competition. And you can do some really amusing things in Dishonored. For example, usually these wall of light gateways zap intruders and let guards pass. But if you rewire it and then get a guard's attention, instant extra crispy guards. That's what you get for trying to stop your friend from being murdered. You can also use your teleport ability to sneak up behind someone and slit their throat. If you're feeling mischievous, you can slow down time, plant a spring razor on an enemy's face, then step back and watch the fun. Or if you're into recycling, why not impale an enemy's head on your crossbow bolt, then get your bolt back? It's good for the environment. You can even possess people and then... Wait, no, did I just possess a hooker? And she's in a room with a guard who... Ah! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! As I was saying, the creativity that this game inspires is mind-blowing, and it definitely earns some major points in the gameplay area. There were very few things about the gameplay experience that irritated me. Every now and then when I stealth up behind someone, the context menu won't open for some reason, and I can't choose to choke or assassinate them, and the lack of any kind of map or mini-map made navigating the areas difficult. One last gripe while I'm complaining, I tried hurting people by throwing bodies at them, and I wasn't able to. I don't know if this is a problem with game physics or hit detection, but when I throw a 180-pound man at a hooker, I want the hooker to at least get knocked down. As far as story goes, the game's pretty solid. The plot is a bit predictable, but it's filled with creepy characters, and I like the way many of them are drinking or shooting things while they're talking to you. The voice acting is pretty solid, and the dialogue is written to keep the player engaged, many times by offering them choices or help proceeding through the level. The setting is fantastic. Dunwall really comes to life with the level of detail put into the city, and the eerie lighting effects help to create a truly creepy environment. Really, we've only seen a small portion of the Dishonored universe, and I hope future games will take us to new places in this franchise. As usual, this is a game that looks better on PC or PlayStation 3 than on Xbox 360, but the differences really aren't super noticeable. Unfortunately, I spent so much time using the Dark Vision mode that I feel like I really didn't get to appreciate the graphics all that much. Dark Vision lets you see through walls, Batman Arkham City style, and it's extremely helpful if you're taking the stealth approach. Unfortunately, the wonky colors get a bit irritating after a while, so it's refreshing to stop being so cautious and just start stabbing fools. The game has excellent replay value. I just finished it, and already I want to play through it again and try to get the bonuses for not being detected. I also want to try out alternate routes through the different areas and try to follow up on a few optional side quests that I failed because I was, let's say, too impatient to complete them on my first run-through. Overall, the game is excellent. I can't say enough good things about it. The game plays like a crazy cross between BioShock, Assassin's Creed, and Deus Ex, and it's pretty much non-stop fun the entire time. Any game that allows me to set a hooker on fire while she's being eaten by rats gets a big fat gold star in my book. Dishonored gets 9.5 plague rats out of 10. I said 9.5. Ew. Anyway, that's all for me, but be sure to check back with Smosh Games for a lot more great video. Oh my god, no! No, why?